What you do the 60 days prior to you applying for a mortgage could approve you or instantly deny you. In this video, I'm going to break down the financial habits that you need to straighten up and get prepared at least 60 days prior to you applying for a mortgage and trying to purchase a home. In the process of purchasing a home, one of the key documents that lenders require is 2 months most recent bank statements from your direct deposits from your job, as well as the bank statements that have your funds to close in the process, which is down payment and or closing costs. What we want to avoid is moving money around from account to account or in and out of Cash App and Zelle into that account at least 60 days prior to closing. Not that you're doing anything wrong, but anything that's unexplainable typically cannot be accounted for. So you want to make sure you don't do a whole lot of moving of funds around in your accounts 60 days prior to applying for a mortgage. You also want to make sure you don't have random deposits. When we're looking at a bank statement, and we look at bank statements line by line, underwriters look at bank statements line by line. So you want to make sure you don't have any deposits that cannot be accounted for. If you have deposits that are unaccounted for, there's going to be a letter of explanation, or you're going to have to explain where those funds came from. And if you don't have a viable source of where those funds came from, or they cannot be sourced, meaning we can't find out how they got into your account or where it came from, or track where it came from, we're typically unable to use those funds that were deposited into your account. So habit number 2 that you need to work on is, if you know that you would like to purchase a home, what you want to do is begin saving now. And what you want to do is begin saving either via your 401k as well as funds coming directly from your account. And you want to make sure that those funds go into an account and that you're not moving them back and forth from checking to savings to checking. You want to make sure that, hey, I know that I'm looking to purchase a home and I want to begin saving. And for the purposes of this video, the example is I'm going to start saving $1,000 per month into my savings account that go to the home fund. Habit number 3, you want to begin cutting back on excess spending. Right now, we have a ton of afterpay programs. Klarna, PayPal, Affirm, and there's other ones. You want to make sure you steer clear of utilizing those programs. No, they do not show up on your credit report. However, they do show as withdrawals from your bank account, which will lead to the underwriter and myself or the lender asking for explanations of why you have $16.99 coming out of your account 5 times every month from different afterpay companies. In order to make sure that this does not hurt your chances, you want to make sure you do not or stop utilizing Klarna and Afterpay to purchase items. And if you have accounts prior to the 60 days, you want to get a payoff statement and see how long the payoff is. As a rule of thumb, if there's 10 months or less left, then we don't have to count that into your debt to income ratio. However, if the amount of months left on payments exceeds that 10 months, we have 2 options with the afterpay programs if they exceed the 10 months of payments left. We can, 1, pay it off at closing. We would just have to get that payoff statement, show what the payoff amount is, and bring it to closing as a part of your cash to close. Or we can utilize whatever the payment is and put it into your debt income ratio to see if we still qualify. So if it was $16.99 5 times, we would add all of those into your debt to income ratio and make sure that you still qualify for a mortgage. But if all possible, please do not utilize those programs. And if you do, you need to make sure you start gathering your paperwork so that when the underwriter and processor ask for those documents, they're readily available and we know which options to go. And also, it's key and important, let me know or let your lender know. That way they can count in those debts to make sure, worst case scenario, we qualify for this, or you'll have to pay these off in order to get a set amount that you're looking for to purchase a home. Habit number 4 that we need to clean up in the next 60 days. You want to make sure you don't open any large accounts. You don't want to make sure that you begin paying down your credit cards if you have high balances. You also want to make sure you do not open up any additional credit cards, because this can be added into your debt to income ratio. You want to make sure you protect your credit, and when you're in the process of purchasing or looking to purchase a home, no major purchases, including a car. Make sure you have a conversation with your lender prior to making any of these major decisions. Matter of fact, I would also venture to say have a conversation with your lender as to which credit cards you need to pay down and how much. But for the purposes of the video and preparing for 60 days in advance, which is very, very crucial, you want to make sure you have those things tightened up and buttoned up prior to speaking to your lender. And if you don't have them buttoned up and tightened up, the lender should be able to give you a game plan on exactly what to do so we can get you into a home. Habit number 5. Again, we look at your bank statements line for line. We look at what the balance is. We look at what goes in and what comes out. And we also look for overdrafts and insufficient fees. You want to make sure you avoid these items on your credit report. Now, with insufficient fees and overdrafts, there's a running total that is on your bank account, on your bank statement. You want to make sure, even up to that point, if you've had them, it's happened to people, it happens to the best of them. You want to make sure you don't have any within that next 60 days, and not just in 60 days prior to you applying for a mortgage. You want to make sure you don't have any while you're going on doing the process, because we may need updated bank statements to take a look at all of those things and to make sure your balances are where they need to be. So steer clear of overdraft as well as insufficient funds. This is an extra step, right? 6, get a budget. If you're having issues with Afterpay and Klarna, if you're also having insufficient funds and overdrafts, you want to look at your budget and make sure you're not spending too much money. You cut back on going out to eat. You don't need to go to that movie theater. You don't need to go to that concert. That vacation can wait. All of these instant gratification items can wait until you've purchased your home, and then after that, you don't have to run into that same scenario. So hopefully this information has been helpful. The goal of this video was to help you understand what underwriters and processors and lenders look at when they're looking to finance a person. Having your last 60 days in order financially gives you a great leg up on the home buying process, and getting things in order even prior to the 60 days will also show that you're a responsible and approvable home buyer. It's also to make sure that you get rid of any type of bad habits that you have in terms of financing, so that we can help you get approved for a mortgage and maintain your home. Hope this has been helpful information to you. If you stayed to the end of this video, do me a huge favor and give me a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to our channel, do me another huge favor and hit the subscribe notification. And if you have any questions pertaining to anything that was mentioned in this video, you can drop it in the chat below, or my contact information is below. I'm Kevin Jefferson, the People's Lender. Make it a great day.